Frisco growth is off the charts. But what is it really like to live here in Frisco, Texas in 2025? Hi, I'm Phil Martin. I've guided a ton of people through North Texas looking for housing and a place to live, and Frisco has always gotten a lot of attention. Although Frisco's new, it's really not all new homes and pots of gold land everywhere. Some parts are not as stunning as you might think, some are, and some are overhyped and some really aren't. Most people just want to live in a place where they can have a lot of pride in it, and pride in where they live, where there's community, there's connection and convenience, growth, opportunity, and safety for you and your family. Frisco just might be the place you're looking for, but then again, it just may not. So my goal today is by the end, you're gonna know whether or not Frisco lives up to all the hype, or maybe you might start thinking that another community here in North Texas might make a little more sense for you. So let's head out. And today we're gonna start with an overview of the big bullet points of why people are moving to Frisco, Texas. The city of Frisco offers a rare combination of modern development, small town charm, and big city convenience. Incorporated in 1908, Frisco was just a small water stop for locomotives on the St. Louis-San Francisco rail line, and back then they referred to it as the Frisco line, and thus the name stuck for the city. But how is modern Frisco? Back in the 1990s, get this, there were a lot less than 10,000 people who lived here in Frisco. But today, we are pushing 250,000 in 2025. And Frisco is definitely one of the fastest growing cities in the United States today. Thanks to thoughtful planning and great leadership, the city of Frisco decided to build out as a master planned city full of master planned communities, attracting an incredible stable of corporations with high-paying jobs and opportunities across tech, finance, healthcare, and truly national and international attractions like the Dallas Cowboys, PGA of America headquarters, and a whole lot more. But the city planners here in Frisco also made strategic investments in infrastructure and schools from the beginning. So we now have roads to get around in Frisco, and if you're just traveling within the city limits of Frisco, it's pretty easy actually. And that's why the city is thriving, and it feels clean, safe, and very livable. As a matter of fact, Frisco has been voted one of the best cities to live in Texas, and according to Fortune, it's now ranks number 13 in the United States for places to raise a family. Most people that live here in Frisco are not surprised that it has become a magnet for young professionals, entrepreneurs coming from around the world for the top-rated schools, the culture, the atmosphere, and all the amenities that Frisco, Texas has to offer, including incredible housing, which obviously most of it's new since we've just had this growth in the last 25 or 30 years, but everything from truly luxury estates to new construction and master plan communities where the amenities can be simple or they can be pretty sophisticated and incredible. So you can either have fun in the neighborhood or take a very short walk or drive and have a whole lot more fun in the city of Frisco. But guys, it can't be all, unicorns and rainbows. There is a price to living in Frisco, Texas. According to Pods, Frisco cost of living is ranked at 111.7 in the nation, and the national average is 100. So it's a bit higher more costly to live here, and that's primarily due to housing and utilities, but the trade-off is something you're gonna have to see for yourself. A lot of people think it's a really good one. So where is Frisco, Texas located? Well, it's about 25 miles due north of Dallas, Texas, with easy access via State Highway 121. We call that the Sam Rayburn Tollway, or the Dallas North Tollway. It's bordered by Plano, McKinney, Prosper, Little Elm, and the Colony, making it centrally located for everything in Collin County. Where you live, it can be anywhere from 5 minutes to maybe 15 or 20 to everything that's fun to do in Frisco, Texas, and the surrounding cities. And again, that just depends on where you live. So let's talk about where you might live and the neighborhoods and communities in Frisco, Texas. I'll see you there. So today, when we're talking about the neighborhoods, I am gonna break the town of Frisco down into 3 different corridors to help you better understand the different types of housing, affordability, etc. across the city of Frisco. So let's start with the first corridor, which I am calling the West Corridor in Frisco, Texas. It's all about master planned communities, some luxury, but pretty high-end homes in general, comprised surprisingly with some pretty affordable homes in the far, far west. So the West Corridor I am defining as everything to the west of Teal Parkway and extending out west until you come to FM or Farm to Market, FM Road 423, and it actually goes beyond 423 in a couple of places as well. It'll be bound in the south by the Colony and in the north by the city called Little Elm. The West Corridor has a pretty diverse range of communities, starting off with the Hills of Kingswood, a luxury gated community in the southern part of the corridor. And as we go north and further west, you'll find Frisco Lakes Del Webb, which is a 55-plus senior living community. And as we go north, we're gonna find some incredible master plan communities like Phillips Creek Ranch. It's a huge master plan community, fairly new homes. Going up, you'll find the Trails and the Fairway, two master plan communities, of course, designed around the golf course called the Trails. And moving further north, you find Greyhawk, and there's many other master plan communities in the Western Corridor. Now, the average price of homes in the Western Corridor ranges from around the 500s to 800s on average. Now, you can find some lower, some a lot higher if you look hard, but it's fairly close to the Dallas North Tollway, fairly accessible to 121 Sam Rayburn. It tends to be newer homes. And since they've all been built in the last 15 to 20 years, you're going to find open floor plans and more room for personalization in these homes. Served by the Frisco Independent School District, but beware. If you're looking at homes in the far west section of the Western Corridor, you'll find some addresses which are served by the Little Elm Independent School District. So if Frisco is kind of like a deal killer, if you don't have it, Frisco ISD, make sure you check the address if you're looking in the far west corridor. So if you're looking for newer homes, master plan communities, convenience to a lot of different things, then the Western Corridor may be something you consider. Next, we're going to move to the Central Corridor, which is more luxury homes and new builds. It happens to be where I'm standing right now. And so the Central Corridor is bound on the west by the Teal Parkway and on the west by Preston Road. But what really sets it apart, makes it unique, is the Dallas North Tollway runs right up the center of the Central Corridor. And it's home to incredible communities like Starwood, Chapel Creek, Edgestone at Legacy, Newman Village, Brookside North at Fields, and the Preserve in Fields. And these houses are priced on average from $800,000 and up into the $2 million, $3 million plus price range, because these are not only luxury homes, but they are right in the heart of everything along the Dallas North Tollway, the corporations, the attractions, and etc. So it's a very highly sought after area to live in, if you can afford it. Now, of course, the Central ISD is served entirely by the Frisco ISD. And when I say there's a lot of the attractions and the businesses are in this corridor, we're talking about the Star, of course, PGA of America, many other corporations, hospitals, restaurants, lots of retail, lots of shopping, lots of entertainment and dining. Everything that you'd want to do here in North Texas is right down this Central Corridor. So if you're looking for prestige, amenities, luxury, super convenience to everything that Frisco has to offer, you may consider the Central Corridor, especially if you can afford it. And lastly, let's follow up with the Eastern Corridor. Now, the Eastern Corridor starts at Preston Road on the west and runs all the way to the east to Custer Road. In this Eastern Corridor, you're going to find the most affordable homes all the way up to $800,000, $900,000, and $1 million homes as well. It's a much larger landmass than the West or the Central Corridor. It's marked by easy to navigate north-south corridors and east-west connectors, which makes it incredibly simple to move in and out of the Western Corridor to anywhere else you want to go in Frisco. You'll find communities like Hunter Creek, Lawler Park, Lexington, and many other iconic master plan communities in the city of Frisco in the Eastern Corridor. Now, the housing is interesting because it goes from the 80s, 90s, all the way to current new construction. And so you can find predominantly newer homes in the corridor, which means you're going to have open floor plans and lots of room, big houses. But you'll also find some houses from the 80s, 90s, has more compartmentalized architecture, if you will, more close in, though, to the Central Corridor. Now, the Frisco Independent School District serves almost the entire Eastern District. But here again, here's a warning. If you're looking at houses in the far northeastern part of the Eastern Corridor, you want to make sure that the address is served by Frisco Independent School District, if that's a deal killer, because there's a couple of neighborhoods up there where the address is served by Prosper Independent School District. Still a great district, but if Frisco is what you have your heart set on, make sure you check the address. So overall, the Eastern Corridor is great for first-time home buyers, downsizers, if you're a move-up buyer, if you want something in the mid-ranges or the high ranges. If you look, you are going to find it. If you're looking for a more spread out area, it's not as compact and dense, if you will, as in maybe the western corridor or the central. And if you're looking for more of a suburban feel than an urban, fast-paced, then the eastern corridor may be what you are looking for in Frisco, Texas. Now guys, I just threw a ton of information at you, and it still may be a little hard to visualize, western corridor, central corridor, and affordability, etc. So what I've done is I've prepared a couple of different maps, and I think this will help you tremendously when you're looking for where the affordability for you might be in Frisco, Texas. So when it comes to homes that are priced in the 3 corridors in Frisco, check these 3 maps out. Today, here is where you can find homes below $500,000. Notice that they're clustering in 2 areas. One in the western corridor and one in the eastern corridor, but there's really not much to be found in the central corridor at that price point. And here you find homes from the 500s to the 600s, like the areas of under 500, but there's a lot less homes available in that price range. The $600,000 to $800,000 price points for sale today, you'll notice they cluster in bands going north-south. They're mostly in the east and west, and you'll see why when you see this 800 or above for sale map. The most density is in the central corridor. Well, that's where everything is, right? In the luxury homes and all the attractions and all the corporations, etc. The highest concentration is between Legacy and Dallas North Tollway. But check it out, east and west corridors are representing strongly as well. And at any time, in all 3 corridors, about 70% of all homes sold are above $600,000. So I hope that was a little clarity to all the information on affordability across the city of Frisco, Texas. I've mentioned the school district in all the corridors is Frisco ISD. And so now let's talk a little bit more about the Frisco schools, because they are highly rated and highly sought after. For many families, the schools are the deciding factor for why they move to Frisco, Texas. And the Frisco Independent School District absolutely delivers academic excellence. Frisco ISD gets an A rating on niche.com for academics and is one of the top rated school districts in Texas, known for its small school model. And what that means is students in high school, they're not going to go over, say, 2,200 students, making it a Class 5A school. Some schools go even higher, up to 4,000 or 5,000 students in high school, but not Frisco ISD. And the schools are just as new as the city of Frisco. Back in the 90s, they only had 4 schools here, and now there are over 71. For the last number of years, they built 2 to 4 or 5 schools per year. But thankfully, the same expertise that was leading the city and its growth in general was the same kind of leadership as the school district. And so the school district has kept pace with the growth of Frisco, Texas. In the district, you have 43 elementary schools, 18 middle schools, and 12 high schools. Schools like Reedy, Memorial, and Lebanon Trail score well above state averages on SAT, ACT, and AP participation. Frisco also offers STEM opportunities for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, as well as technical and vocational skills. And there's opportunities also for adult education with the University of North Texas, the Big Green Machine, just opened an extension in Frisco, Texas. And of course, there's the Collin County Community College, which offers 2- and 4-year degrees on everything from science, engineering, technology, business, and health sciences. So for all around education and growth for your kids, for your family, you can be proud of the Frisco Independent School District if this is where your children are attending. And next, we're going to jump into some fun stuff. We're going to talk about the amenities, the culture, and the attractions in Frisco, Texas. Let's get to it. When it comes to lifestyle and amenities in Frisco, Texas, it is off the chain, especially when it comes to doing anything outdoors. You know, the nature of most of the master planned communities in the master planned city of Frisco have to do with nature and the surrounding landscapes, and many of the master planned communities have their own pools, amenity centers, dog parks. I mentioned resort pools, swimming pools, trails, tons of bike trails, walking trails. Some of them even have observation platforms and massive tree houses for the kids to play on, basketball courts, tennis courts, and the list goes on. But outside your master plan community, the city of Frisco offers 49 community parks and recreation and sports centers that accommodate a wide variety of activities like basketball, tennis, volleyball, disc golf, skateboarding, pickleball, biking, hiking, guys, and so much more. As a matter of fact, in Frisco alone, there are 90 miles that the city has laid out in trails for hiking, biking, doing different things. Parks in the north, like the Northwest Community Park, 250 acres, have a skilled mountain bike track and so all this other stuff going on. Sports complexes like Shawnee Sports Complex, the Bacchus. Oh my gosh, it is a massive sports complex down off of Main Street, close to Custer. Warren Sports Park and so much more. And here I'm in Hall Park, which is brand new, right next to the Dallas Star facility. And as you can see, you've got splash pads for kids. You've got this incredible just piece of art above us. And the parks like this are just studded all over Frisco, Texas. So anything outdoor that you want to do is here, including golf. If you're a big golf fanatic, if that's your bag, you got the PGA, 2 flagship courses up north. There's a ton of places to take those sticks out of the bag and knock yourself out. So whether it's biking, hiking, just being outside, relaxing in an outdoor lifestyle, you want a lot of different accommodations for the outside life. Frisco, Texas may be something you consider because there's a lot of that going on here. So next, we're gonna check out the dining, shopping, and entertainment scene here in Frisco, Texas. Let's go. When it comes to shopping, dining, entertainment, there's a lot to do here in Frisco, Texas. And there's Stonebriar Center, which is Stonebriar Mall, where I'm at here today, with tons of shopping that can be done. It's right here near the intersection of 121 Sam Rayburn Tollway and the Dallas North Tollway. As a matter of fact, that intersection has some of the most iconic entertainment and dining venues in all of Collin County, if not North Texas. And I'm sure you've heard of Legacy East, Legacy West, that's the Plano side, but on the north side, we have many attractions, which we're gonna cover in just a moment. And they have Stonebriar Center and a lot of different places to eat. Everything that you'd want, international fare from all over the world, the East, the Far East, the Mediterranean, the Middle East, in the South, in Mexico, in South America. It doesn't matter, you can find it all here. And one of the best dining places around is right behind me. It's called Perry's. And on Friday, that's what we're here for, they have this Perry's pork chop, which is an incredible, it's like 6 inches tall, it's cooked perfect every single time. It's under 20 bucks, you can't beat it. Get here early, make a reservation if you can, because a lot of people like to come here for their lunch when it's that Perry's pork chop special. Oh, is it ever good. When it comes to culture and events, just fun stuff to do year-round in Frisco, Texas, you'd be hard-pressed not to find something to do every single weekend. Like Christmas in the Square, Frisco Fair, Arts in the Square, festival foods, wine festivals. This year we're hosting the Academy of Country Music Awards. There's Streets, which is food truck park with live music. And you can go up into the square and you'll find live music on the weekends. You'll find Fresh Farmers Market Saturdays and Sundays. And don't forget the Discovery Center National Video Game Museum. Yes, a museum, everything from Pong to Pac-Man. I'm dating myself, right? And everything up to current video games on the market. It's just a museum for the whole thing. You can also find, like right behind me here, Kidzania. This is an incredible place. Take your kids here. First thing you do is you go to the airport and you fly to wherever you want to be. But then if you want to be, you can explore. If you want to be a doctor, a fireman, electrician, it's a learning experience as well on what a certain profession or vocation might be like when they grow up. So with diverse entertainment, family atmosphere, lots of activities, outdoor and indoor, incredible academics, there's a lot going on here in Frisco, Texas for you and your family. But it all really matters is if there's something here for you, it might be affordable, but is it going to give you the right quality of life and lifestyle you're looking for, which will make you feel the community, make you feel part of it, like you're growing roots here? That becomes the question. I hope I've given you a lot of information on a lot of this today. I have a couple more topics to share and then we're going to be done. But the next one is the attractions here in Frisco, Texas. And there's an incredible amount of attractions here in the immediate vicinity of Frisco, Texas, and we're going to talk about those next. Okay guys, now it's time to talk about the fun stuff. The gotta go see attractions that are in Frisco, Texas, and they draw the locals, they draw people from all around the country. Literally, they draw people from all around the world. Located here within a 4-mile radius along the center corridor that we described earlier along the Dallas North Tollway here in the center corridor of Frisco, Texas. So we'll start in the north and then we'll come down. So in the north you have PGA of America, their headquarters in fields along the Dallas North Tollway, adjacent to the PGA Omni Resort. Of course, that's in the area of the upcoming Probably in about 2 years should be open. The Fields West, which is going to be Legacy West of the North, but a third bigger with a chain of lakes that are walkable, outdoor trails. It's going to be quite the sight. As we come down across the street from there, you have the Universal Kids Resort. It's not like the normal theme park that's open till all hours, doing all kinds of things with all ages. This is really for ages 6 and below and their families. Extremely family oriented. And just south of that, you have Toyota Stadium, which houses FC Dallas, the soccer team, which is also the headquarters for the North American Soccer Hall of Fame. They have youth training facilities and dormitories there where they're training up the best soccer players in the United States. And of course, I'm standing here. Everybody knows the Star. This whole area, which is becoming its own little destination. And of course, the Ford Center right behind me here with a big indoor arena. And right across the Dallas North Tollway from the Star, you're going to find Comerica Center, which is the home of the executive headquarters for the Dallas Stars professional hockey team. It's also the International Ice Hockey Federation. Very shortly, they're going to play the global championships, the national. So countries from around the world will bring their best hockey players here to play there. And just right next door to that, to the south, is Rough Rider Stadium, where you have Rough Riders Minor League Baseball, which is a feeder team for, of course, the Texas Rangers. But this venue for the Rough Riders is phenomenal. It reminds you of small town Main Street America. It's very intimate. It is a great time. My wife and I love to go there and watch the ball games on a summer afternoon. It just doesn't get much better. So imagine, within a 4-mile radius, all of that, plus all the entertaining, the dining, and all the venues and parks and trails that I've described. And really this 4-mile radius and this corridor is no more than maybe 10, 15 minutes most from either the western side or the eastern side of Frisco. So it's very accessible, and if you live here, you can enjoy it all. And it's no wonder Frisco is known as the Sports City USA. Well, that's it for Frisco, Texas today, guys. Our in-depth view of an incredible town here in North Texas. And you know, choosing the right neighborhood is about so much more than just bedrooms and bathrooms. It's about lifestyle. It's about opportunity for you and your family. It's about long-term value, not only for your relationships, but just for the financial investment you're making in buying a home. And in a place like Frisco, Texas, there's a lot to consider, and you might even get a little overwhelmed with all the information on this video, or just it may take you a couple days to come here and check it out. And that's where I come in. My job is to help you cut through the noise and find the ideal home that will give you the lifestyle that you have been dreaming of, and that community that you can truly call home. So if expert guidance on all the moving parts could be helpful to you, text, email, schedule a call, or just call me, because I'd love to help. No pressure, no salesy stuff, just an honest conversation about what matters to you. This is Phil Martin from Frisco, Texas. Take care, guys.